people, I'm Marc Ryan, licensed acupuncturist and herbalist from Hashimoto'sHealing.com. Wow, the world has changed in the last few months. And wherever you are, I'm sure you've been affected somehow by COVID-19 and all the hysteria around it, in some way, big or small, or both. And what's amazing to me is how little we know with literally the whole world working on this one project. I've spent the last few weeks looking at a metric ton of research, and I wanted to share with you a condensed version of some of these theories and attempt to answer the number one question on a lot of people's minds, which is, am I more vulnerable because I have Hashimoto's and autoimmunity? I think the simple answer is no. There's no credible research to show that just because someone has Hashimoto's and autoimmune disease, they are automatically more vulnerable. But of course, life is not simple, and there are a lot of other factors now. And I think, one of the big things is never before has your pre-existing health condition meant so much. We've always been told to eat right, exercise, do all that good stuff. But now ignoring that advice really has some potentially, for some people, life-threatening consequences, So we have a situation where if you have some of these health conditions, then that may make you more vulnerable, and it really could affect you pretty dramatically in some situations. So today I'm going to take a look at, what ways people's pre-existing conditions may put them at risk, and I also want to share with you some of the things I've learned in looking at all this and in working with a lot of people. But what I learned most? Firstly, that I'm not an epidemiologist or an infectious disease specialist. It's been very humbling going through this research. I know a lot about Hashimoto's and physiology, but that doesn't make me an expert in the coronavirus. And I know more than I did a month ago or a few months ago, but I still have a lot to learn in that area. And something else I've learned is that not all research is created equally. Everyone, including me, has some sort of bias or confirmation bias, which means a set of pre-existing prejudices and ideas and theories. And often that bias can affect research and the findings of the research and cause people to try and prove their pre-existing ideas, right? Rather than just objectively look at the facts and let the facts dictate. So in addition, when you're evaluating research, you really need to understand what the methodology is and what the statistics are and how they've been gathered. Because really the researchers' conclusions, which most people read, reflect how they are trying to use those statistics and the data that they're analyzing. And it's in those statistics where we find whether or not what they're claiming is true. Right? So with COVID-19, there's so much research coming out almost every day, and some of it is not yet peer-reviewed, which means no other professionals have had a chance to review the statistics and the methodology. So the result is that there are some or maybe a lot of printed stuff and things written about the virus that may prove to be totally wrong a week or two or a month from now, or 6 months from now. So we've already seen that played out in a number of different ways, I think, with some of the medications that have been recommended, some of the models of the number of people that will die, the fatalities. Not all those things prove to be perfect. The things that won't prove to be nonsense are the fundamentals of good health. The daily choices you make, the daily decisions you take, the things you do habitually. We always knew this was the case, but now it seems it's more the case than ever before, or at least more than the past. So please join me and take a look at how COVID-19 appears to be impacting the major systems of the body. In addition, we'll look at how Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism can sometimes lead to pre-existing conditions in those areas and possibly create some vulnerabilities. And lastly, I want to give you some simple action steps that you can take in each area to reduce, hopefully, some of your risk. And also, the good news is these things may actually improve your overall health going forward. It may really help your Hashimoto's too. It's a classic win-win. So I'll help you reduce your risk right now and improve your health for the future. Join me on Tuesday, May 5th at 1:15 Pacific Standard Time, 4:15 Eastern Time. I'll be doing a presentation, then I'll be doing a live Q&A afterwards, where I'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. I hope to see you there. Be good, be kind, remember to have compassion for everyone, including yourself. I'm Marc Ryan, licensed acupuncturist and herbalist from Hashimoto's Healing